Hey, welcome to another week of wellness. Thank you for being here. My name is Barbara. This is the Unglamorous Glow, and I want to tell you about this week. The video is focused around food. This is a love story of food while in a calorie deficit. I had so much fun with food this week. All in my calorie deficit, still under 1,800 calories. It was about 17. It was in the 1,700s as far as average for the week. But I had a great time. There were fires. There was, some mishaps, some frustration with trying to work on this pizza dough situation. But isn't that what it's all about? Getting messy, making mistakes. Isn't that what relationships and friendships, romantic relationships, isn't that what they're built on? Learning each other. So as I learn about food and learn about my preferences as far as with cooking, with eating, with different taste requirements, like because I'm not the type that really wants to be in the kitchen all day. I don't. But what time am I willing to give to it? What fun can I find in it? So I'm just learning my new partner, my new friend, food. We have been adversaries at times because of me not understanding that there was a way to make peace with food. And I have been having a great time doing that. In this video, you'll see me struggle through some recipes. You'll also see me succeed through some recipes. You'll see a conversation with me and my dietitian. And there was also chickpea cheesecake involved. Oh my God, so many. My favorite from the week was the banana pancakes, the little mini banana pancakes. That was my favorite. It was a good week. I was gonna have this big, huge, long spiel, but I really don't have it. I just want you to know I'm falling in love with food. I'm going beyond creating peace with it. And we are really getting in relationship. Like, we're hot and heavy. While in a deficit, we're hot and heavy. We're going steady. Me and food are going steady. And I'm so excited about the journey. Anywho, none of this food is going to be perfect. What do I say? Sometimes it's going to be nutritious. Sometimes it's going to be delicious. Most of the time it's going to be both. I didn't say that the food was magazine worthy. I never told you that. It, and most of the time the food doesn't show up the way it looks to me on camera. And that's okay too. Can we make space for food that isn't magazine worthy and sharing that so that real people can understand that, hey, it's okay for them to try in the kitchen too. It's okay for you to make mistakes and fail, and your food doesn't have to be perfect for you to not rely on, some outside thing to make your food. You don't have to have them bring stuff to your door, or you go pick up something or go through a drive-through because you're afraid to try and to fail. You can do it. You've got it. And if you have the energy to try, because I know some weeks you may have the energy, some you may not. This was one week where I did have the energy and I took advantage of that. This upcoming week, I'm going to go right back to the regular, I'm going to get real bro with it, bro meal, chicken and rice and broccoli type of thing, because I played with food. I had fun with food. And now I'm ready to kind of go into that relaxed mode. My dinners will be things that I have tried out and know that are great. I'm also going to try cabbage lasagna this week, but you'll see that in the upcoming video. But anywho, yeah, it's about balance. And with your friends and with the relationships that you have, sometimes you guys are spending a lot of time together. Sometimes you're not. And it's that ebb and flow that makes it all work. And that is what me and food are doing this week. I hope you enjoy the fun that I had with food this past week. Oh my God. I cannot believe that I set some on fire, and I cannot believe how I acted about it. Anyway, you'll see that. And you'll see. I'll just let you get into it because I know the video is already long enough. Oh, if you're not already, subscribe so you can follow my Road to 40 series. So in that series, I am clocking in with the progress pics every month, first day of the month. I'm clocking in with the weigh in so you can see that the things that I'm doing throughout the month are helpful and working for me, and so that whenever anybody needs to refer back to those things, they're there. Okay, right now I'm about to attempt to make pizza dough, high protein pizza dough. So I read a few things. Okay, I'm not gonna go for word for word. I don't know, for some reason that stresses me out. So at some point I read that if you ball the parchment paper up, it lays flatter. So that's what I'm doing. So you can make it with flour and either cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. So what I did see, let me look again. Greek yogurt, you will create a soft, tangy, chewy crust that doesn't require yeast or rising time. With cottage cheese, you will get tender, crispy bottomed, extremely high protein crust. So I'm gonna go with, let me see which one has the most protein in it. So this one has, per serving is 13 and per serving is 18 with the Greek yogurt. But 2/3 cup versus a half a cup. And I just feel like for the quick math, and because I feel like we use Greek yogurt in this house for like so many things, like I'll probably make the high protein Big Mac sauce dupe with this week. So I'm gonna go with the cottage cheese one, and I would prefer a crispier crust. So I don't have self-rising flour, but you can make your own with flour and baking powder. And I do have those things because I use them once a year when I make dressing. Let me try to go with the direction, but if these directions don't match what I need, then I'm gonna just start freestyling because I'm making this for 4 people and I want to be able to easily divide the macros. So basically I know I'm gonna do let me put this Greek yogurt back. 2 cups of this, 2 cups of flour, and then I will add some baking soda and some salt. It might not be the right amount, but you know, again, that's me. You can just look up, when you look up online, you can find a real recipe. But right now, I'm just experimenting. Last time, I made the dough with this and egg whites, and that dough was thick. When I tell you so thick, like a dang on like cornbread, and then I put all that dang on egg white in it. But this is an option. I just needed to make it thinner. I should have just thinned it out. It would have worked perfectly fine. Let me get my 2 cups of, if I was really about that life, which I think I am, I would get my measure, like my scale, and measure out how much I'm putting in here. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna measure out. So if this says that half a cup is 113 grams, then I'm looking for 226. Dang, 226. So like 450 something. Jesus, that's a lot. I'm taking out the whole thing. 452. That was 261. Okay, now I'm gonna do my flour, and this is in 1/4. So this is 1 cup, 1/4. So I gotta keep track of this. So I put 4 servings of that. And I want to do 4 servings. If I do 4 servings of this, then it won't be right because 1 cup is a serving. So if I do 2 cups, that's going to be, everybody would get 2 servings. So that's actually a lot. This is going to be 220 calories. 240. Clear that. Put 240. There are obviously better choices for flour. I'm just seeing what I can do. And then maybe next time I'll use a cleaner option for flour. You know, just seeing what happens. What's the best I can do here? How can I make this? I wonder, do I have one of these already open? So what I was telling you is I saw somewhere where they said put the pan in the oven before you put the dough in there because it can I don't know, it helps to crisp the crust at the bottom, I guess. So right now I'm just stirring. Looks like nothing right now. Oh, hold on. I would like to put some water or something up in here. Did they say anything about water? That's how I be messing up when I be trying to put my stuff in there, what I think. But it's a little rough and tough. But I guess that's what dough is supposed to be, right? Because last time I made cornbread a little bit. It is doughing up. Okay, yep. Yeah, because I'm just not the kind that, like, I'm not about to be following no instructions and all that. I don't want to. I don't feel like I have to. I feel like this crust could be a little smoother. But I'm going to see what I can do without. Because I don't remember seeing that they added any water. And do remember that it is cottage cheese. So it's going to be a little more. Oh, do I know what I'm doing? Sure don't. Sure don't. Is this supposed to be wet? I'm so confused. Ugh. Hold up. I'm going to call y'all right back. Change your plans. So yeah, I'm just going to do it like this. Yeah, I'm just going to do it like this. We'll each have 3. And I'm done with it. I'm tired. I'll go ahead and make the chicken. I wasn't going to make the chicken breast today, but I'll go ahead and make the chicken breast. So we kind of have, if we need extra protein, we have that as an option. I'm going to put this in the oven for like 5 or 10 minutes before I put the pizza sauce and pepperoni and cheese on it. The other way was much easier. This is a little bit too messy for me. I might have liked it. Next week, I'm not going to give up. Next week, I'm going to try it with the Greek yogurt. And honestly, I remember now that I should have saved the cottage cheese because I like the mac sauce with the cottage cheese. It does some, because the Greek yogurt does give it some kind of, what they were talking about with the pizza crust, the tanginess, it also does that with that Big Mac sauce. So I still might make the Big Mac sauce with the little bit of cottage cheese that we have left. This probably ain't enough, but we shall see. Because, yeah, everybody was saying it was different. You know, they were saying they noticed the difference. Okay, these I'm done with. I'm tired. I'm going to put them in the oven and we'll see what happens. I just seasoned the chicken. I'm going to put it in the oven because now my main is now looking like a side. So that's just how it's going. That's it. Okay, so this is one of the cheeses that I'm using. We have, what is this? Reduced fat. But we also have fat-free, but the fat-free doesn't melt that well. So I'm mixing them. What I thought about after I seen how the crust was doing, I still have it in the oven. So it's been in there more than the 5 minutes I talked about. But I realized I could have again, this is a half-baked, no pun intended, plan. I could have put cheese throughout the thing and it could have, added to the crust. And that way I need 112 because I'm going to use a serving. Each of us is going to have a serving of that. And then I use the fat-free one more sparingly. And that'll be, I'll get a half a serving of this, which is crazy because it's only 45 calories. But I'm more so giving us that because, so we have cheese for the week. Like we can't go back to Kroger. But I don't know, something about it. I like to try to, whatever I say is the groceries for the week, I like to just have that as the groceries for the week. And then pizza sauce, Kroger, I'm going to use. So it's 30 calories per serving. 1/4 cup is a serving. So we'll each get 1 serving of that. Now I tasted the crust. It's not done all the way, but it tastes good. I like the texture. I'm really excited about it. What I'm going to do now is I have this 1/4 cup measurer and I'm going to divide it. Oh, I forgot the pepperonis. Hold on. So yeah, just over each 3, I will divide the 1/4. I like my pizza saucy. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Now I'm excited. Before I was a little upset, but I'm getting a little excited about it. Lord, the cheese going to be messy because this is too much cheese for this. I don't know what to do. Okay. I should have thought about that part while I'm trying to just get the macros right. Grill. And you didn't put the dang on pepperonis. Ooh. My husband gonna get mad because he always complains when places don't have top cheese. Like when they put the cheese and then they put the toppings because the toppings will fall right off. He ain't gonna get mad, but it's a kind of a callback to something he hates. No chopped cheese, but hey, I'm not professional, obviously. Okay. So here are the turkey. So for serving is 16 slices. Hello. Now don't say nothing to me. What's wrong with these? Tell me. Tell me.
What?
What's wrong with these?
Is there something wrong with them?
Yeah, look at what I'm doing.
Well, I mean, you put them in the cups. I don't understand.
But what the layering?
I don't know. I mean, well, you know what's wrong with those.
What's wrong with them? I forgot him over there, and then I was like, I know he gonna say something about it.
Wow.
Yo, you have pizza made at home and you still can't get it right.
Wow, crazy.
It's just how it happened. But the plus is, if you would like for me to put, I only use a half serving of fat-free cheese per person. So if you want to put your other half on yours, you can. Huh?
It's fine.
We got something off of it. Try to get a little something. Since this was unnecessary for what we actually did. What I'm eating here, because I got my chicken too. Chicken breasts. But for 2.
Servings? What you said I had?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, who you getting smart with?
No.
And then the Kroger pizza sauce, one serving. What did it end up being as far as calories and stuff? Or you can't see yours?
626.
Rice. 626 with the chicken?
Mm-hmm.
So even less than that. That's crazy.
Less than what?
What you think?
Good.
You ain't got no choice but say that. Kaden will be honest with me. What you think?
I don't want to finish.
Wait,
That is a
Way better. I'm moving
way
forward.
better. Oh my god.
I'm moving forward.
it's more to it.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something about something.
That.
Because I forgot to put it on mine. Cottage cheese.
Oh, how much?
Very good.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just kidding. I want to tell you about something. So, the chili. I just had this chili. This Cronometer, I don't know what it's called. But when you pay for it, you get this thing where you can, AI will tell you what you're eating. And I use the AI to scan it and tell me why it knew exactly what was in there. Stuff you can't even see because the chili, I mean, it was all like mixed together. So there's no way. It was like onions, tomato, canned tomato. It was like onions, canned tomato, tomato sauce. Like it had, it said it was about a cup of ground beef. It said 80-20, but it was actually 85-15. But how would it know that, So I wanted to get you so I could try it on this donut that my son got sitting here that I'm not going to eat. I don't know why he got it, but well, he got it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But if it's still in here, this could be it. It's an empty box. I know my family. This is an empty Dunkin' box. Never mind. I was so excited. Thought we was about to test something out. But that's going to come in real good handy when I'm like at a restaurant and I don't really have a way to really see how much it is. That is a dope feature. And I ate it already, but there was no way it could tell. And I took his word for it. I changed the 80 to 85, but I took his word for it because it was just so on the money. Even this morning, because I tried it this morning with, what did I try it with this morning? And it was like, the chicken breast. I tried it with the chicken breast and I think it was like maybe 10 or 15 grams off, like higher than what it actually measured. But I was shocked that it could tell that it was chicken breast. Well, less shocked than I am now. But yeah, that's a dope feature. Right now I'm about to take my my vitamins. So I take my vitamins, most people just take a vitamin stack in the morning. I don't because absorption. So I take my iron first thing in the morning on an empty stomach which it can be hard on people's stomach, but because I can and iron is best absorbed that way, I go ahead and take this first thing in the morning. But then I take my fat soluble vitamin D3, which this is a high potency one, probably not one that a doctor would recommend, but I am getting I've had my vitamin D tested and I'm having it tested again in March. So this is what I'm choosing to take. I was on, let me see what they had me on 50,000 once a week prescription vitamin D. And then this is what I transitioned over to because that was only for 8 weeks. But anyway, we're going to see what my vitamin D is and see if I keep going with that. But I take this one and this one, which is it's omega-3. Those together. I could also take this one with the vitamin K with it, but I don't. I take them the same day, of course. I take them all every day. I take with my dinner, I take my multivitamin. Hold on. I take my multivitamin that doesn't have vitamin D in it because I'm already getting so much vitamin D. And did I tell you, I told you about the selenium as well. It has selenium in it. And that's why, see, I know where everything is, kind of. This HMB is to help me to keep as much muscle as possible. I also do take creatine with my breakfast. And then I take vitamin K too because it helps with the vitamin D and it also helps with this. So I could take them together. I did have a supplement. The first HMB that I was taking had vitamin D and K2 in it, but because I needed to get the Big Boss vitamin D, I had to start with these. So if my vitamin D levels are high or are at a therapeutic level, then I might consider switching back to the one that has both vitamin D and vitamin K in it, and a multivitamin that has vitamin D2 or D3, so I can get D at 2 and 3 because one is for storage and one is readily available. So I would switch over to those if it's time for me to get rid of this one, or because I'll probably still use this, but like less. Maybe I would say once a week I come in with the big dog or something like that to maintain. And then at night I take another iron pill. That is because my iron is low, and that is what the hematologist told me to do, not told you to do. But I am going to get my iron checked in March as well when I get my vitamin D checked. I'm waiting to do that because there's a certain time of month that I want it to be done. You know, like I just have my ways. I have my ways about me. So that is what I'm doing. I guess I'll just say I want it to be after my cycle, but like not like the day after, because of course I'm going to be depleted of vitamin D, vitamin E, all that. I mean, vitamin of iron. I'll be depleted of iron after my cycle, but I want to give it a chance to recover, but not like right now where I haven't had a cycle in almost 3 weeks. So, you know, that's a little bit, I want to see kind of not the worst of the worst, but how did you recover? So that's what I want to see when I do the blood work. Yeah. I think I told you everything I want to tell you. I thought it was a donut in here. Never mind. But I didn't eat it. I thought a donut was sitting next to me and I ain't checked. Because why? Because I don't eat donuts. I do, but I haven't in quite some time. And I didn't feel like it. Because what? I have discretion now. I guess curious and I guess excited about the fact that, you know, the snowstorm and like literally even TV, well, you know, Facebook, Instagram, everybody's like, oh, gotta get these snacks, like your eating has to change because there's snow on the ground. And I was shocked that I wasn't like having that feeling. Like I got protein shakes and sardines, you know, to prepare. But you know, like if the lights went out, but it's like you don't have to, like, what does that have to do with breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it snowed? It doesn't have anything to do with it. And I never realized that before, so I just thought that was interesting.
Things that like are kind of like assimilated with our identity just growing up, and when you change your identity around anything, that can include food, you start to see like the fishbowl you were kind of once in that felt super normal, and then you kind of step outside of it and you realize there was like a glass ball and you're like, whoa, like that didn't have to be that way, right? Even though I was like convinced that this was just what everybody did, and you're like, oh, that's interesting, kind of stepping out of your perspective. And I think food is really cool in that way because it's one of like the identities that we have that we can change it at any moment. And see things from a different perspective. It's just so abundantly clear to me just from that one little anecdote example that again, like your identity is shifted. It's not like you're putting nutritional rules on your life, but instead like you have reworked what it means to eat for you and what kind of eater you are. And that says a lot, you know, and it shows up in the ripples of like your life and your food decisions. Somebody who is like trying to eat healthy would probably use the extreme cold and whatever, again, like you said, like as an excuse, right? To go around the rule that they've created for themselves.
So I did want to tell you, there's a book, so when I was in therapy, my therapist recommended this book called The DBT Solution to Emotional Eating or something like that. And I think that
Yeah.
that book was really helpful along with other books, but a change has happened and I just like.
That book really like resonated with you at the time that you read it. You're like, oof, like that really changes the way that I think about things.
That's a good question because I don't feel like it hit right then when I was,
okay.
I feel like it was I worked through the book, but it allowed me space to like think about like, oh, this is just, these are just like thoughts and this is just the way that I kind of try to escape this, and I don't really have to. I can develop other ways of dealing with my emotions. This doesn't have to be like, this isn't the only way or even the best way to deal with my emotions because it's really not dealing with them anyway. And so it just, now I guess they feel separate. My emotions and food like feel separate a little bit. I mean, for the most part, I'm sure something could happen that would be in that realm, but that's the only thing.
I kind of do like the term of emotional separation because like, yes, eating is emotional, but we don't have to make emotional decisions about eating. That's where the difference kind of lies. And the more you understand the emotions that trigger different eating decisions for you, the more you can have compassion for yourself, because it's a natural thing that we all go through. And it gives you that split second to say, okay, it doesn't have to be impulse behavior. It can be impulse, understanding, choice, which could still be the behavior, but could also be not the behavior of eating the thing. It gives you what's called like a friction, which is like that split second where your logical thoughts can then come in and help you make a decision. And all of this just has to do with understanding. I find that most people that try to create like rules around emotional eating tend to fail because we're not actually getting to the root of like, you can't stop eating chips, get them out of the house. That might work a little bit, but it's not gonna like really get to the understanding piece. I'm so glad to hear that it sounds like you really gained a lot of understanding of like why you do what you do for you specifically. And that understanding is given you more like agency over what you ultimately decide when it comes to food. And that makes me so happy. What that also means is if you do have an instance of emotional eating, it doesn't mean you're back to being an emotional eater. It just means that one time you decided to choose the thing that maybe isn't in alignment with your long-term goals, but that doesn't mean you're back to the beginning. It's just a part of being human, right? Like, whereas somebody who is like, oh, I'm never going to eat chips again, and then they like eat the chips, it's like, oh, it's all over.
Like, for sure.
We're back to the beginning.
It's kind of easy. It really feels easy. And so, but I do feel like, man, it took a long time, but that work was necessary.
Totally. These are like, it's healing cycles, right? We don't heal linearly, and there are periods of immense, I guess you could call it like a stall or stagnation, to let your body catch up to where you want to be. In doing that kind of like emotional work, the trauma work, all of that makes your body feel safe to actually lose the weight. So it's not surprising to me. I also think like, everything, not everything, but like I find when people tell me their stories about weight loss specifically, things do happen for a reason, and your life, kind of like all of the things that you learn along the way, are building you towards being able to keep like a healthy lifestyle consistently. It just kind of depends on how you tell the story. And like I love the what you said about just feeling like it just feels easy now. I feel like I'm at a place where like I'm finally ready. I'm ready mentally, I'm ready spiritually, I'm ready emotionally to be here, and to be at this point in my journey. So many people try to force, so many people like want weight loss, but when we really get down to the brass tacks of it, they're not ready, right? And that hurts me as a practitioner because, you want everybody to get that, but not everybody's ready for it. And I can feel almost immediately working with someone whether they're ready for it or not. And even the first time we met, I was like, she's ready for this, because you come in it with a sense of like, not peace, but just like you're not like there's not a sense of like almost I don't know what the word is, but just kind of feeling
desperation
like,
or urgency.
Desperation is the perfect word, actually. There's no desperation. It's just like, I'm here. I know what I want. This is going to take as long as it takes. I have a clear head about this, and I'm emotionally ready for this process. It doesn't mean you don't want results.
Right.
It just means that you aren't like grasping at strings like frantically to try to get what you want. And that is powerful. And it like sometimes it makes me emotional when I have patients that get to this point, because I'm like, like, you're done with the weight cycling. Like, I can feel it.
I feel it too. I'm so excited.
I'm kind of curious to hear your thoughts about micronutrients just kind of in general.
I really do feel like that's where I'm at, is really being concerned about that, because that is where I'm going to be. Like, that's the maintenance plan. That's the life plan. I mean, right now I'm in a fat loss thing, right? But that's going to be done. And then there's the rest of life, where what is most important are the nutrients that I'm getting in. Yes, I'm going to keep my calories or whatever, those macronutrients where they need to be to keep muscle mass, to maintain my, you know, whatever weight I'm trying to maintain and all of that. But really what is going to count and what matter, what's going to then take the forefront, because that'll just be, you know, on autopilot kind of, because really you don't change what you eat that much. So it's like, what do I need to bring in to make, you know, this thing like be, you know, just to make a better picture of what I do day to day.
Yes.
I like those. I like those things because it helps me to understand what normal might be. And then I don't even want to say the word normal, but it's when you're raised in one way of living in food, then you don't, you know, pumpkin seeds that I'm eating now and all this kind of stuff. The sesame seeds, unless they were on a sesame seed bun, it really wasn't like a thing, you know? So it's just like, it's helpful to know, you know, what do people do? Like, how do people manage a body or maintain a body?
Yes. And for everybody, it's different. But to hear what other people do, you kind of start to see yourself like, oh, that could really work for me, or like, oh, that really resonates with me. It's about systems. I think all of this is about systems. How can you create a system that you can just rinse and repeat, that provides you enough variability that you're not getting bored, but also make sure you're nailing what your body needs without having to think so consciously about it all the time. But eventually all that stuff just becomes automatic, and it's because you create systems like in your brain without even recognizing it. That's where you're moving into, and that's kind of part of the reason why like this specific program allows for kind of like 6 visits a year. It's not a ton, but it's like at this point for you it's like a month check-in or every 6-week check-in to see like, how is the sustainability piece going, right? What are questions that are coming up for you? You don't need like hand holding at this point. It's more of just like, you need life experience. But I hope you're feeling really good where you're at with your nutrition. I think you're doing amazing. Now there's kind of like a new chapter that's unfolding, and this is the big thing I want you to play with, just those micronutrients. I love the idea of starting some proactive logging with you. It doesn't have to be every day, but maybe once a week or whatever, just trying to start playing with meals to see how can I maximize some of these nutrients.
Okay, so that was a good session. So she got me now looking at my micronutrients, because like I said, the calories, I know what I need as far as calories. Like, there's really nothing to talk about there. But I'm just looking at like what I've gotten so far today as far as micronutrients, and then like where I got them from. So the beef is helping me out. But then that made me look at today, because I know I didn't have any protein shakes today. So I wanted to see like what naturally is happening. And so this is what I've had today, if you care. So I'm going to, this is normally when I start dinner. I think like ground chicken tacos or something. Just move on from it. Okay, I'm about to try this photo logger on Cronometer, you know. I'm about to try it. Now this has a lot of stuff in it, so I'm really not expecting it to get it all the way right, but I wonder what it can notice. Okay, so it has the oatmeal. It said 40 grams. That is true. It said 40.5. That is, I don't know about the 0.5, but I measured 40 grams on my thing. It said blackberries, 47 grams. I measured 44 on my thing. Strawberries, 76. I measured 100 grams on mine. I don't know how it knew it was sesame seeds in here. I did not measure sesame seeds, but it said it was 5 grams. I was shooting for 4 grams, so it's probably right. That is crazy. That is really good. Let me show you. This is what it said. knew all of that from the photo. So yes, I cannot wait to use this when I'm out for dinner to see how it is able to, you know, tell me about my meal, and I will just track it and go. This is really a good tool for me for when I just want to, you know, I'm not sure, I don't have my scale available, and I just want a roundabout understanding of what I'm consuming. Kevin, did you know, so if you wanted to use this, right, and you was wanting to, like, it wasn't working on your dough, what would you do?
Go harder.
Okay, so would you use water or flour to help with the dough?
I'm not a baker.
To stretch the dough?
Flour.
You use flour?
Yeah, it sounds like it tastes better because water don't got no flavor.
That's not the reason.
Like I
But
said.
that's the right answer. But that's not the reason. So nobody told me, right? So when I tried to make this last time, you wasn't here. And yes, Kaden did eat yours because it still turned out good, but I had to do it a different way. But I'm making it again tonight, so don't worry. And it's going to be better tonight.
I can't wait for my tip.
Anyways, when I couldn't move the dough, I put water on this because I thought, oh, this is sticking to this. Let me wash this off. But when I told your daddy that, he told me, you put flour, that's just going to make it more, the water just makes it more sticky. Why y'all didn't say nothing?
I always chose flour.
But you didn't have the right reason. You didn't know the right reason.
Oh, who's going to turn out better?
But anyways, I'm going to do it. The only difference, I did it last time with cottage cheese. This time I'm going to do it with Greek yogurt. We'll see if there's a difference. All right, so I don't have that much flour left because, again, really, I guess I might have some flour in this other thing. Hold on. I got to look at this stuff all again. So 1/4 cup was a serving. I'm going to do, so 30, 30, 30. And do 120. And I went over. Of course. But, okay, so the flour, I'm just going to leave it at that. I was going to do the Bisquick with it, but I'm not. I'm just stick with this, and everybody just have 1/4 of it. I hope that's okay because it might be loaded down. Or let me see, if I do 45, 90, 180, do a serving and a half. Hello, sir.
So.
Okay. And with that being said, I might do the same amount of Greek yogurt that I did of that. Might do 180 grams, but if I do 180 grams, or I might as well do 170 grams because that's one serving, and then we can divide that one serving by 4. Hopefully this is enough though. I'm gonna be mad. And really, this is the wrong way to do it. I should have put the tub of cottage cheese on the scale because look at the spoon. That's not getting measured unless I like scrape it off of there. But I'm gonna stop it right here at 150. Yeah, and then, or 160 now, and just assume, but it's gonna be a little bit over, but you know, who's counting? All right, so let's see how the dough mixture starts to look with these two items. See if I have, so sometimes I panic at this point, and then this is only my third time, but third time's a charm, let's start there. And then the first time I panicked at this point and like added water or added too much egg white, I can't remember, probably a little bit of both. And then my dough was like crazy. But I do think, I'm gonna just keep stirring, but I do wanna add some more Greek yogurt, I feel like. I don't know if I need to add, I'm gonna just do it. I'm hard-headed, I don't know what to do about that. I'm gonna just add another serving, whole nother serving, yeah, unfortunately. Just pray. So everybody will get a half a serving. So 1.5 servings of flour, and then a half a serving. Now this done messed it up, I'm sure, because this is like way too much. It's doing way too much. But let's just see. Half a serving of Greek yogurt for everybody, because it's 4 of us. No, that might be all right. That might be all right. I just need to put my back into stirring. Yep, actually, It's working out. It's working out. Oops. I'm losing some flour, but that's okay because I did put some extra in there. We got us a good little dough ball making. Let me get put a little something in there. A little, you know, just the regulars. Some salt, onion powder, garlic, pepper. Those folks, maybe put some, grab some oregano or something, throw up in here. You know, just the regular smegglers that you would find in a dough of this sort. Let me see. Do I have? Oh, I have pizza seasoning. We don't have very much of it left. Let me see. I'm looking on this thing. Obviously, I must not make too much pizza. I'm just go with the Italian seasoning. There we go. There you have it. All right. Do 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 do. Oop. This is some messy stuff here. Yes, I love the consistency though, and I love the smell now that I added that stuff on there. So look at that. Look at that dough. Yes. Let me get my pan and my parchment paper, turn the oven on. I'm going to cook it a little bit on 350. I need to get my ground beef cooked. And I'll be right back with you. This is the ground beef that we have. I'm going to cook 2 packages of it. We might not use the whole 2 packages. I'm really going to go by, unfortunately, I'm going to go by how much protein I need. I'm going to ask my husband how much he needs. So I guess it's not that unfortunate. And of course, the kids aren't tracking their macros or nothing like that. So they don't care. But I'm going to kind of serve it out like that, like measure it per 1/4 of the pizza so that I know that we get whatever amount of protein that we still need for the day. I need close to probably like 80. I could probably get away. If I get 80 with this, then I'll have 160 for the day. So somewhere around there. Okay, and I'm gonna lay a little flour down. You know, that's how they be doing it. Now that I think about it, that is how they be doing it. But I'm gonna lay a little flour down, put a little flour on my hands because the dough is a bit sticky. To just try to, let me get my, I don't even like touching this stuff because I feel like I lose so much of it doing that. And then now my hands are wet. Hold on just a second. Everybody just calm down. Okay, let me put a little, what's the name? And you know that this is not my flour roller. You already know that. Okay, just by how I'm handling it, you knew it wasn't mine. I don't even too much know how to use it. It's finna make me mad because it's acting like I don't have enough dough. We about to be eating them, about to be right in that pan again. About to be right in that cookie or muffin pan, whatever it was. Because I'm not about to deal with this. Yeah. So maybe I'll just make the muffin tin kind. Here we are back again with this pan, but I'm gonna do it different this time, okay? I'm gonna try to make 2, we have 2 of these pans, so I'm gonna try to make enough for us all to have 6. And the crust is definitely going to be thinner because I'm not gonna put as much in there because now I know how much it'll rise once you like cook it. I mean, obviously it was gonna rise, but yeah, I'm just gonna. My husband, before he left, because he was like, "Oh, are you gonna make the cookie, the tin pans or whatever he called it thing, whatever he said, the muffin things?" I said no, hopefully not, but you know what? I think I'll just buy my pizza crust because when you think about it, if I'm using flour anyway, is it that much better? Like, not really. I don't know. I'm sure it still has less ingredients because even the Bisquick has like so many more ingredients than just flour, including seed oil. So that's something to consider. I don't know. I might try it again when I get more energy, but it just has defeated me a couple times here. Part of it is I don't have a lot of patience, so I'm adding too much of the like wet ingredient when I need to just kind of like chill and let it just like dough up, like just keep stirring. Shoot. But anywho, I gotta go. I gotta stir my hamburger meat. I'll see you around. Yeah. No, she's someone that's your type?
Yes, she is.
Thank you. All right, we do have our hot balloon down over here. And now, is she someone that's your type?
Oh, yes, she is.
Okay.
Thanks. Sorry. I'm kind of piggybacking off the financials as well, because I'm really looking into like investing, real estate.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Antonio.
Antonio, how old are you?
I'm 40.
And where are you from?
I'm from Seattle.
Seattle, okay. And what do you do? I did not know how to look at individual macros on, or individual meal macros on here, but my husband just showed me. So dinner, so for 6 of those that I made, because we each gonna get 6, it is 794 calories, 62 grams of protein, 44 grams of carbs, and 38 grams of fat. Can you see this? Is this gonna make me mad again? Let me give it time. I've given it about all the time I can give. Okay, in fiber, 2 grams. That ain't doing nothing. Okay, so let's see. What was my lunch was? I haven't been showing nothing on here, but I just had ground chicken, sweet potatoes, beans, the regular smegglers. That was 600. That had 39 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat. And my breakfast was 429 calories, 41 grams of protein, 14 grams of carbs, and 23 grams of fat, which brings me to this. Today I had 1,825 calories, 443 grams of protein, 129 carbs, and 81 grams of fat. My fat be up there. And I mean, my nutritionist was like, yeah, it's high, but it's not like something like, one, my cholesterol is good. I don't worry about it. I ain't worried about it. Some people eat a high fat diet, and maybe that's who I am. Speaking of which I need to do a short about this. I got a little flour on me. But while I have you here, did I tell you already? I'm sure I've told you already about these spray oils. Did I tell you about the spray oils? Do I feel like going through this? Let me get them before we throw them away, because they're going to end up getting thrown away. But, so these spray oils, we have avocado oil, olive oil. I prefer avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point, 500 degree smoke point. I try to do this one. But when we looking at these, it says 0 calories, right? It's the same thing with the popcorn, but it's worse. And did I show you with the pickles? I don't think I showed you this, because it really started for me looking at the pickles, and I saw, I'm gonna just take you through it. Hold on. Because I got time, because, my food is in the oven, so I got time. Where is it? Okay. So these pickles here, whole deal pickles, one little measly pickle, right? It says 0 calories, but did you notice that it says 0 calories for half a pickle? Half a pickle. Which tells me that there's calories in it, but it ain't that many, so I ain't tripping, right? Because it's just, okay, so you get a little calories, maybe 5 if you eat the whole pickle or whatever. Because there is a certain amount of calories that they don't have to count. You see what I'm saying? Because, see here, because the total in a half of a thing is 1 gram of carb, and there are 4 calories per gram. So 4 calories per gram of carbs. So it's at least 4 calories in that half, but they don't have to count it if it's under a certain amount. Yeah. Now, let's go to where it matters, because it don't matter with the pickles, but where it gets hairy is when we're looking at this avocado oil and this olive oil, avocado oil. So it says 0 calories as well, but check out the serving size. 1/4 of a second. Do you know how long it is? Like, when you spraying, are you swoop to get that 1/4? And then, cause I'm in there, shoot. So I done got about 5 to 10 servings by the time I'm done spraying, or more. And if you take a look even further, how many servings do you think that you could get out of this? And normally things are so proud to tell you how many servings you would get on the front, but not this. Wonder why, huh? Okay, let's look at the back. It has 536 servings in this bottle. Tell me, are you making 536 meals with this bottle, with this one bottle? Because it's lasted us about 10 days. It's empty. It lasted us about 10 days. So what I've decided, oh, and don't think this one is any better. It says 1/4 of a spray, 1/4 of a second, and it has even more servings, 100. So I guess, is that better or worse? I don't know. 568 servings in here, and it's almost gone. Might as well have used the regular avocado. Hold on. And we almost gone. We use a lot of oil around here. That's why I gave up the seed oils, because we use a lot of oil around here. But avocado oil, it has 130 calories. But they're being honest with me, right? They're being honest with me. 130 calories per serving. But guess how many servings it is? 33 in this bottle. It's really not that much difference between us. It is. But we talking about this is 536 servings. And this is 33 servings. Who's really telling the truth? It's the same amount of calories. I'm getting the same amount of calories because I'm not doing no 1/4 of a second spray. So somebody is lying. I'm just going to count. I'm going to have to count this one. Oops, I'm going to just use this and I'm going to count this because I'm not telling the truth. I'm not being honest, when it comes to it. And this is such a big number, that 130 for 1 tablespoon is such a big number for such a little amount. And yeah, I'm still going to use it. I got to. But just know, and I got the information, through looking at it, and I wanted you to have it. I wanted to burden you with the information. It's up to, this flour be everywhere, but it's up to you if you let it burden you. I mean, it's just do your little spurt. So just be mindful if you're doing 1/4 second, or if you're doing more than, if you're doing a full second, or if you're doing 3/4 seconds, be mindful of that, because they count. They counting wrong. I hate being observant. I hate being that way. I wish I was so relaxed like I am when I don't want to follow directions. But it's something about with these numbers that I be like, wait. So if you're like, I'm in a calorie deficit, but I'm not losing weight, I don't know what's going on, you may want to check with these people. Check with your friends that you saying 0 calories, because your friends may not be 0 calories. They may be lying. They're lying. But I ain't gonna let it stress me. I'm just gonna count appropriately and move on. I'm gonna just use this one and move on, because it's the same thing. Look the size. Look at the size. This one is more in here with less servings, because it's being honest. And this one is smaller with 500 plus servings. You just divided it. You just played with me. You just played in my face. I'm not stupid. I don't like the, I just don't like, just like with what I said with the popcorn, I just don't like the dishonesty. I don't like it when you're trying to get away with something. Okay? That's where the problem comes in for me. The deceptiveness of it. All right. Okay, so I done with it. Look like this would be really like good for lunch or breakfast, like quick thing. Well, if you make if it's meal prepped, it'd be quick, I guess. I love them though. I forgot to put pepperonis on them, but so we just the next time.
My hair, so thank God for that. We getting somewhere, and I don't think we as thin as we was in here too. Cause if y'all pay attention, I was really
Scale.
Yep.
All right, I'm not gonna be before you long. I'm just gonna I'm about to try to make a different kind of what is it called? Crust. I could just be quick with it and use this, and I might do that on a different day, but today I've already decided that I'm doing it this way. So I'm gonna make a crust. I saw somebody make a crust out of Greek yogurt and hold on, let me zero this out. Greek yogurt and eggs, so I'm gonna try it. I already got the oven on 350. I'm measuring out 1 serving of Greek yogurt, and that is 170 grams. And that'll be the end of this container of yogurt. Goodbye. Okay, perfect. All right, and then it's gonna be 2 eggs. I'm gonna blend it up. Alrighty. A little salt and pepper and whatnot. Okay, like I said, I'm just gonna blend it up. Oops, oh, yeah, you saw I had mixed greens at the bottom of here. You know, just adding it in. A little, cause it ain't gonna hurt none. A little extra nutrients. This does not seem thick enough, but let's see how it goes. Ooh, I just don't know. It's probably the extra water from the mixed greens that I said couldn't hurt. But anywho, it's going in the oven. I'm about to take my crust out. It's not all the way ready, but it's ready enough. I'm so excited. It's green. Okay, I put mixed greens in it. But it's thickened up very well. It's gonna work for me. I already kind of was tasting it, and I know that I love the taste of it. It's a creamy taste because it's made out of mostly, it's Greek yogurt and eggs. I mean, you saw it. I don't know why I'm telling you that. But I weighed out this pizza sauce. 30 grams, 1 serving. What I didn't do was heat up my meat and stuff, and I need to weigh my, I'm gonna have to maybe do something different with the cheese because I don't have a lot of, oh, that's actually a serving. What I thought wasn't a lot is actually a serving of cheese. So what I had left in here is 28 grams, and that is a serving. That is a serving of cheese. So now I know. Yeah, the ground beef from yesterday, I already had added it. What was left, I added it to my, what I'm gonna have today. I'm not even gonna heat it up. It'll heat up when I put it back in the oven. Put the pizza back in the oven. Let's just get that on there. I'm not gonna forget the pepperonis this time. Unless we don't have any. Was that? Okay. I was about to say, you was eating pepperonis last night, wasn't you? But not that many. So it's got to be 16 of them. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Make sure. Yep. 14, 15, 16. And I already put this in my food tracker. So I know that it is 62 grams of protein in here. Maybe more than I can absorb at one time. But that is how much is in here. Babe, what do you think about protein timing and how much you eat at one time? Or how much you can absorb at one time? You used to care about it when you were younger? Yeah. But now what?
I just care about it when I get that.
So, but I'm eating 62 grams right now.
Like,
what can I do with 62 grams? You think I can do
I don't think that much about it.
Okay.
I just do it.
I can't think that much about it right now either.
Just do it. That's all.
Yeah. All right, I'll put it back in the oven. I'll be back with you when it's out of the oven. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to take it out as quick as possible because my break's not that long, so. I done started a fire with the parchment paper. You talking about get the camera. We about to die.
It's fine. It'll go out by itself.
Oh, it's burning through my food.
No, it's fine.
Oh my God. I didn't want no charcoal.
It's fine. Oh, it ain't stiff enough to carry out. But
Oh my God. You can't put it on that top with the...
I was gonna try to take it out the parchment paper and roll it off.
Oh my God. That's the fire alarm? I swear to God. I said, oh my God, it's a fire. I'm pissed. I'm finna end up getting... Kevin, don't say nothing to me. Oh, I'm discombobulated. Oh, hell no. My pizza done fell apart. I'm just so outdone. I'm still hooked up to this like, girl. Oh my God. So the parchment paper. So I try to put it on broil because I'm hungry and I want to eat. Okay, Domino, get out of here. I try to put it on broil and I put it on the top. Yeah. And the The parchment paper caught on fire, Lord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my God. And I don't got no fire safety skills.
You do, you got panic.
I was up here trying to blow it out. Whew. He talking about, oh, it's fine, it's fine. Nigga, please. We almost died. What's left of mine supposed to be pizza. It didn't get to cook all the way. I'm tired of the whole situation. I'm finna just eat. It's more of an egg. It's more of a pizza omelet. So if you want pizza omelet, this is the recipe for that. The cat is at the door. She's ready to leave because it was a fire. She said first thing, let her out. I am so dysregulated. I mean, I need to take a fire. Hold on one sec. I need to take a fire safety class or something because I was sitting there blowing like an idiot. If Kevin wasn't home, what was I gonna do? I probably would have closed that oven and left. I wasn't even coming on camera today. I was just showing y'all that. I wasn't showing y'all me. What was I about to say? Nothing. I'm gonna drink my water. That's back here. I'm gonna just calm down. You know what I'm saying? And I did have a couple blue chips. I weighed them. I weighed the chips with some cheese. I weighed it. But that was definitely put that in the category of dysregulation. But I did take the time out to weigh it and make a conscious decision that, yeah, I'm going to have this. I'm going to have a little cig. I don't smoke cigarettes, but that's, you know what I'm saying. But we're going to leave it right at that. We're not going to go crazy. I had half a serving of chips, of blue chips, organic blue tortilla chips. It wasn't that exciting. But yeah. And I ate my little omelet, my pizza omelet. What I could have did better with that crust. Yeah, let's get back on track. What I could have did better with that crust, I don't know if the vegetables added more liquid. I think that they did. Of course they did. So they added a little bit too much liquid. So I would like to just do it plain and do it Greek yogurt and egg and see how that turns out. I probably, if I would have had a bigger pan, I could have laid it out a little bit more. So, cause it got thicker and it really was just like an omelet. It was the consistency of an omelet. So understanding that that's what it's going to be. If it's flatter, if it has more surface, it can be thinner and be a better hold. It didn't have time to reach its full potential because, again, I really shouldn't. Why am I trying to do that on the 30-minute break? That was silly. So yeah, I tried to speed it up and basically make sure I know where my parchment paper is. That's one part. But 62 grams of protein, and it was like 600 calories before I did my chips. But let me see what it is now. For lunch, I had 794 calories, 64 grams of protein. So before I did that, it was like six something. Yeah, I'm at 1,155 for the day, 96 grams of protein. I'm gonna see ya.